Hi, welcome to this tutorial. This is basic tutorial how to rotate the camera. This is following up tutorial to previous tutorial where we set up the switch camera, the basic switch camera that I said it's the best working for only 2 cameras really. So yes, I've reduced the amount of cameras in our vehicle. So it's only 2. We don't have to do 4 cameras because, as I say, it will be so much to do and it's just pointless. Okay, first thing we want to do always is make sure our code, because this is programming visual, but it's still programming. So our blueprint is easy to read and understand what's going on. That's why we have something like functions. We get a function. We call it f underscore camera change. If I can spell it correctly, change. Okay. I'm actually recording that 10th time because I've set the start recording and the stop recording in really bad spot, and I stopped myself about 6-7 times recording. So I hope this one will actually be alright. Okay, we got that camera change function, which tells us the name camera change. Okay, it's changing the camera. Okay, makes sense, I hope. Now we select all those nodes, put the num plus. We click a Control X, which is cut, and Control V, which is paste. Connect our purple node to our branch, compile, save, and now we drag it to the blueprint, our function, and connect it to the press numpad. So whenever we press the numpad plus, it will actually change the camera. I show you it does work. Okay, this is our vehicle, and you can see, and here I'm pressing the button, the camera is there. Camera change. Right. Now we added to our blueprint the event graph a event tick that we will need in a short future. One more thing we have to set up in a camera change is our active spring. It's important to have that active spring because it will help with a rotation, or we just can simply skip it and do something else. And I show you what. We can just go create new function, camera rotation main. I call it main because that will be our main most important function to rotate the camera. Everything will happen in the functions inside, right? But this will actually say which camera is the one we are at the moment using and which camera we should rotate. Okay, so from here we get branches, 2 branches, exactly same setup as the cameras, and exactly same thing with cameras we just did there. Oh, not this one. This one is active. If it's active, or if not, no. In false, then check it that one. One of those have to be active. So I'm not worried about creating anything more because one of those have to be active. Okay. Make sure you camera 0 or whatever it's the first camera you want to have is auto active. The rest of cameras it's disabled. So the program won't see any problems with that. Okay. And from here we want to make new function as well, and that function will be called camera rotation. Camera rotation. This is our main function that will hold it, but this is actually a function to rotate the camera. We compile and save it. It's important to compile before we do one thing. We have to add our inputs here. In advanced version, it will look a bit different, but in this one, it will look that way. In the basic one, it will look that way. Okay, so we add new inputs. Make sure you select the float, and then whenever you press it, it will be float again. We need 6 of them. So I got 6 of them, and I need 7th one, but it won't be a float. We click it, just drag it. We click it here, and we look for spring, arm, component, and an object reference. Okay. Now we rename it. That's a spring arm, active spring arm, and here we got minimum zoom, maximum zoom, maximum yaw, minimum yaw, maximum and minimum pitch. Okay, I quickly do that. That's the values we want to have with our function. So you can see if I drag it here, you can see the function got values here. Okay, we want to drag 2 of them, connect it to the branches, and here we can set our values and active camera spring. So for camera 0, it will spring 0, and for camera 1 will be spring arm 1. Compile, save it, back to the rotation. And the magic starts here. Okay, we do from here, we do couple things. Now we have to get relative rotation, break that rotation to break rotator, so we can access all 3 different axes. Now X, we want to use X, so we can drag it and make rotator from that one. And on the Y and Z, we will actually do some math. Okay, from active spring, we drag it and type set relative rotation. Okay, that's execute as well, connect here, and we return this value of new rotator. Okay, that's gonna be new rotation. Here, we need to somehow rotate our Y and X. For doing that, we get mouse X and mouse Y. Okay, mouse Y, mouse X. Now, Y is Y, so we just drag it from Y. We type it add, and it should be operator add, which is simple add. And we get our mouse added to this value. Okay, and same with X. We just type add, press enter, and it should come up as a float add here, and do exactly the same thing. Okay. At this point, if I connected that here, I can start rotating my camera with no problems at all. I show you. Okay. Oh, no, I can't because I didn't set one thing. That's my bad. Camera rotation main have to be connected to event tick. Okay. So you can see I can rotate my camera as I want. So I can kind of break it, right? I can move it really weird and break it. Change the camera, I can break it. That's not how we want it. Of course, we want to resolve that, and we want to protect our game from being baggy like that. Okay, we're not Ubisoft. We're not some company that is called Oogie Boogie, or other one. I should not say that name loud. Okay, so we want to add the clamps here. clamp, not axis. It will set. It will take axis for us. But this is not what we wanna do because we're working on an axis, but we setting the float number. So clamp, float, Control C, Control File, connected that here, and the return value of Y mouse goes to Y, and the X mouse goes to Z. All right. Move it that little bit so you can see where it goes. Okay. Compile save. At this point, I won't be able to move in my camera much. As you can see, I can do it only small movement because these values are set to maximum 1 degree and 0 degree. Okay. I leave it like that for a moment, and we get back to our active spring arm. From that, we want to set target arm length. That's the one thing we want to do. And the second thing we want to drag is get arm length. Okay, so we want to arm length. It's the thing I showed in the previous videos. When we press it here, that's the arm length. So how far is that? Okay, compile save. Remember about that. And here we want to get our mouse wheel axis. This is inverted, so we have to invert it. So we go multiply minus whatever number we want, -1, -10, -50. It can't be 0. It have to be always a everything above or below 0. But I will do it 20 because that's 20 units, okay, in the game. We want to add that. Simple. And use a clamp again as a float because we don't want our user or player to zoom out too far away. Okay. We want to control that so there is no bugs or some exploits that you can use for anything really, or destroy our game. As you can see, some minimum and maximum values now. You can see them as well here. Okay. And this is what the beauty about setting up this was. If I made it without it, for every single camera I have to create rotation. Inside camera, outside camera, whatever camera, okay? In this case, I use exactly one function to rotate all cameras, which is super because I don't have to create so much code. I create it once. I can put values I want to it and use it to exactly what I want without creating new and make it exactly same thing. Okay. So we're going back to the camera rotation, and from maximum yaw, you can see it's set axis, which is this clamp. We connect it to maximum yaw, minimum yaw to minimum yaw. Okay. Same as a maximum pitch to maximum pitch, minimum pitch to minimum pitch. I guess you get it, right? And then maximum zoom, it will be arm length, so how much we can go back, and how much we can go close its minimum. All right, so that's kind of inverted. Okay, sorry for quick cut. We're back to it. So as I say, we just use the one function for all our cameras, which is super nice and simple. Okay, as we connected everything, you can see we can compile, save, of course, and close it. We don't have to worry about anything anymore. We just do it, set up everything here. So my outside camera, I want a minimum zoom that will be 300, so I can be only 300. From this point, I can be only 300 close to the 0 point. Okay, so I can maximum zoom in to 300 points from 0. And maximum, I want to set at 2000s. Okay. So the pitch, I want to be able to move in 20 degrees. Sorry, that's maximum. Maximum is always positive number. Or minimum can be also positive number in this case. and 20 degrees. So I want to move my camera up and down at 20 degrees. And there you go. I want to be able to rotate 90 degrees. Minus 90. Okay, so I want to move 90 in the right and 90 in the left. Compile save. Let's see if that is exactly what I set it up. You can see I set it up correctly. I can move only 20 degrees up and down and 90 degrees. If I change the camera to first person or inside view, I can't move it yet because all those values are zeros. So yes, we don't want to zoom or zoom out inside of our vehicle. Maybe we might want to zoom out. Okay, so we put that as a -10. We want to look up about 45 degrees and we want to look around 90 degrees, not 900. 90 degrees. Compile, save, play. Okay, I can rotate stuff. Super. When I go inside, I can rotate, look up and down 40 degrees. I can zoom in 10 degrees so I can see closer something. Or if I put it 10, I can zoom like something different. Like if I zoom like that, it's hard to see this dashboard. If I zoom in, zoom out, I can kind of see this dashboard. Okay, you see what I mean. So this is values depending on what you want to set it up. Those values you want to set it up however you want. Okay, and this is pretty much everything. As you can see, we got only 4 nodes now instead of this many plus this many and this many, right? We have a really nice clear code as well as nice functions that definitely works. There is one more thing I want to cover quickly in a camera rotation. Get mouse Y and Y, mouse Y and mouse X, and a wheel axis. Okay, on our mouse, you can get your input. So this is not limited. You have to get that way. No, if you have an input in your project settings, input like look right or look left, look up and down, you can use it here. Okay, and it works exactly same as long as it's mouse axis value or gamepad value. If you want to do it that way, feel free to do it that way, as it doesn't change much. You can also add gamepad. Gamepad. That's gonna be Y. Like this, you add a pin, you add a gamepad. Same here. Gamepad. That's going to be X axis on a right thumbstick. Okay. Compile, save it, and give me 1 second. Might hear some of my furnitures now because I'm taking out the gamepad. I have to come to the PC. So I'll quickly do that. Give me 1 second. I show you that does actually work. I need to run the software for it. Okay, I've got my pad. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see it now, not really, but yeah, you can see it. Okay, I hit the play. I click in the game. I can move my camera. You can see it. It's super smooth, right? So you can see I can do it with my gamepad as well. So I actually implemented gamepad function at the same time as a mouse function. I can't actually zoom out because I didn't set that, but I can rotate my camera with a gamepad as well. I'm gonna delete that now because I won't be doing that later. I won't be dealing with a gamepad later. It will be only keyboard and mouse game, vehicle or whatever. So thank you for watching. If you find it helpful, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. If you have any difficulties understanding it or any other difficulties, just let me know in a comment as well. I try to help you as much as I can. So see you in the next time.